It's some worship song we did.
Oh, the one that I did that one time?
Yeah.
That's still one of my favorite memories because I reworked that song for one Sunday when you played with me.
Yeah.
And then it was going to be bad. Well,
this is what we're doing.
It was going to be good. And then it scared me because Corey Springer was all of a sudden not going to be there.
Oh, no.
Then I was like, well, this is like so guitar driven.
Yeah.
Because I wanted that to be a dirty lead line instead of like the way it was originally recorded, like sha do 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 do.
Whoa. This hit me. Like a huge bong rip. But it was truly extra pineapple orange punch.
We'll just... yeah.
I took one tiny sip and it was like... I almost died.
He had an orgasm.
It was like a whippet. Just kidding. I've never done a whippet or a huge bong rip.
You haven't done a whippet at work?
At Starbucks? Or at the train. Definitely not at the train. No, I've made a lot of whippets with heavy cream and vanilla at Starbucks, but they were all for regular legal eating purposes.
Add whippets on that. Okay, so the downtown Tacoma Starbucks, the one by the pandemic already shut the one that was shut the one down that was by Key Bank. And then there's one by UW now.
It's and like they consider like the UW student Starbucks.
Yeah. And
they got all the gear in there.
It's connected to the bookstore. Yeah. But
that's where you have to go now?
Yeah. So I don't mind walking down there, but people see Starbucks in my hand at work and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you went down there?" And it's like, it's only like 4,000 steps on my Garmin.
That's like if you went to...
Hello?
Does it have to do with the steps or is it the homeless?
No. Well, okay. That's
I feel like the homeless in Tacoma are nothing compared to Seattle.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So this is more the distance. But why I was going to bring it up is I went in the other day and all the furniture was gone out of the place. Mm-hmm. And I was like, whoa, are they shutting this down? And I was talking to my gay friend there.
Yep.
He's still there. Mm-hmm. Matt, shout out Matt.
Still complimenting?
He wasn't complimenting because we got into, he's like, you didn't know this is happening? And I was like, well, I didn't see a sign or anything. I'm not,
clairvoyant.
Exactly. I was going to say prescient.
That's a new one for me.
We're both coming with the vocab today. We're going to have a vocab off. Anyway, so he said, yeah, it's because all the people come in and...
Transients.
Yeah. And he
loitering.
said... Well, it's not just the loitering.
Crusty jugglers.
It's getting dangerous. He actually had a gun pulled on him.
Oh, man.
And he said it was a while ago because it was going to go to trial and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But he acted like it wasn't ended... wasn't going to end up going to trial, probably a plea, something or whatever. Yeah. But I was like, oh man, I'm sorry. When you express actual concern for people in public, they don't know how to act.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I was just like, oh man, I'm really sorry that happened to you. Maybe because he's gay, maybe he's more sensitive to actual feelings. human emotions
than normal dudes.
Maybe because he was like, thank you, and you could tell it was like, I don't know, but more than just him, I find that when you're out in public and you have like an earnest moment breaks through.
I don't do that. I don't have earnest moments in public.
Okay, so anyway, so they're shutting down the bathrooms. They're going to do some kind of remodel. It's going to be a pickup only.
Yeah,
because I was like,
they're going to... Oh my gosh.
I was like, they're going to have to take out the door or something or else I still have the problem. But they ended up plugging up all the outlets because he said the outlets are the big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. bathrooms and outlets. So they plugged up all that. Now there's no chairs in there.
Get maybe
whatsoever.
like one person a week or less. One every 2 weeks when I worked at Starbucks like that.
Yeah.
Well, that also wasn't like in a downtown or anything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So it wasn't the loitering. It was like they had. That wasn't the only. I don't know if that was the only.
It brings in other things.
Yeah. Exactly.
Riff-raff.
So
I wonder if the Starbucks right by my work is closed for remodeling, and I wonder if they're doing something like that.
Yeah, possibly, because I know that's been happening.
But it's also like across the street from the headquarters.
Yeah, not a good look.
Yeah.
But actually today it made me think. So I was on the phone and I was talking to Tammy and I was like, I wonder how far I can walk the other way, down past the, what is it called?
Wooden City,
down past there to the end. There's a little park.
Yeah.
So you go down there. So first of all, I'm just on the phone with Tammy, talking to her, seeing how her doctor's appointment was. It was fine. Thanks for asking. And so first of all, there's a couple people that go down through the fence that's peeled back right there, down to the little tent. It's not a tent city, but just a little encampment, right?
Tent village.
Yeah. Because there's all those little intersecting roads. So there's nice rain blockage right there. So that was my first instance. Did I see anybody else before that? No, I don't think so.
No one in the parking garage.
No one in the parking garage today. And you know what? Actually, the Starbucks guy, I told him about the meme you sent me about the naked guy on the car in Tacoma. And I was like, he actually knew about that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that was my coworker. So we were trading scary stories. And yeah, so on the way back, I passed by two screaming people, and I'm only 3 blocks from work, so I passed by two.
Do you make eye contact?
No, try not to. Pass by 2 screaming people. Then I passed by a group of yelling people, and I don't know.
Like at each other or just out into the abyss?
Well, that's what I thought it was a fighting. No, the screaming people were the abyss people. Mm-hmm. And one guy said something to me, and I just keep walking. I do feel in danger sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm big enough where it's they can't so overtake me, but if somebody wanted to just wail on you,
cracked out
exactly,
or whatever,
it's going to be scary either way. But then this group of people that were I couldn't tell if they were talking loud or yelling, because then a guy with just a full-on bloody face, he was cut right here, on the top of the forehead, listeners, and there was a trail of blood running down that split into 2 around his nose,
and then a UFC fight.
Yeah. And
elbow cut.
But then he was walking across the street to a stand-up barbecue that was set on the side. I don't know why. But then the way they were talking to each other.
Was it Dave Grohl at the barbecue?
No. He didn't buy a pit master or whatever. But the way they were talking to each other as blood-faced guy walked across the street made it seem like they knew each other and were friends, but
loud.
But then they were yelling in a way that I thought there was a fight. So I don't know. It is crazy because when I started at my job, I went up to
9 years ago.
10 years ago on March 19th.
So 9 years ago.
And 9 years and 300 and yeah. Your dad told me, I said I went up to the Ridgetop Safeway on my lunch break and got some stuff for my desk or got something to eat, whatever. And he was just like, oh.
Hilltop or Ridgetop?
What did I say?
Ridgetop.
What's Ridgetop?
I don't know. You said it.
Yeah,
Hilltop.
What is Ridgetop? It's something.
The road off of Ebert Drive.
Yeah, maybe.
That you used to live off of. Is that what it's called?
Raven? No.
Oh, Raven Ridge.
Yeah, what is Ridgetop? That's something.
Oh, Ridgetop's in Silverdale. The hill above the mall.
Oh, yeah. No, it wasn't there. this Hilltop Safeway, and Dad was like, ugh. He like couldn't believe I went up there.
Yeah.
And I told the story on the podcast before, but I thought at the time it maybe
Your
had like
coworker was like, "What are you doing here, honey?"
I thought at the time it had like racial undertones to it, but then I went and a black coworker was there, and she was basically like, "What are you doing here?" So she had the same reaction.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It is a little sketch sometimes. And
you heard the story of the Hilltop Crips and the shootout with the Marines?
Yeah. Yeah, you told me.
I feel like that's what people think of still when they think of Hilltop.
Yeah. It's only half gentrified right now.
Right.
And that section where the Safeway is, it's all the
up above there is a place called Bar Rosa, which makes like wood fire oven pizza, which is amazing.
I know, it's just
I don't know if it's technically Hilltop yet, but it's getting up there.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's like there's a difference between being in an area with like people that don't have money and being in an area where there's like, you know, people on drugs all the time. I mean, I'm on the 12th floor of my building, and a lot of times just like, you know, I sit next to the window, but even if you're not sitting next to the
Humble
window,
brag.
you can just hear and then you go over to the window, and then down on the sidewalk,
Jesus Christ,
is some guy popping, locking, and yelling Jesus Christ. No.
Love you, God.
It's some guy in ratted out army fatigues and a giant blanket.
Not the digital, not the digital camo, the Vietnam.
Yeah, exactly.
Desert Storm camo. Digicam.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, somebody yelling at somebody. But I don't know. So this kind of sketch out there in the world. It's kind of weird because you don't want to be judgmental,
right,
or whatever.
I saw one. When you were talking about the yelling guys, there was a video, and it was in Seattle over by Westlake, and he's like, "I'm tired of these people," and he goes, "This is what I do now," and it's like him walking with the camera. I don't know if it's his phone or GoPro or whatever, and this guy's just kind of yelling like, "Hey, like not really at anyone, but at the people walking by."
Yeah,
and he just turns to him and he's like, "Shut the fuck up," like yells right in his face, and the guy just stopped and like cowered and was all quiet. Really? He just like yelled back at him.
That's funny.
And then I saw one, there's a guy like falling asleep, standing up, you know, doing the lean, just like outside of a grocery store, fading out.
We don't have too many of those.
And this guy just hits him in the stomach and goes, "Hey, wake up. Cut that out. You wake up."
Wake up.
And the guy's like, the guy kind of did wake up for a second. He's like, "Get out of here. Go home." And he's like, "You can't sleep here," or something.
What's the one where people are like, I did go up to Safeway once, and there was somebody like dancing or doing something in the parking lot that was like a dance or somebody, and then I heard somebody mention that on a podcast.
The fake violin?
The fake violin.
The fake violin scam?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
No, I just meant of like there's some drug that like it's not like you fall asleep, it's just like you're sort of active.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know all the things.
I don't do substances.
Me either.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they are.
Sometimes people say like names for them, like poppers. I don't know what that is.
Dude.
Poppers to me is 4th of July, the little paper sperms that you throw on the ground and explode.
Yeah. I was like, where are you going with this? I don't have my phone on me.
Oh man.
Dang. Hold on, I'm gonna make a quick edit here. I'm gonna grab my phone.
I'll fill in. Okay. With a commercial.
Do you like that or no? I like it.
Now
it's fruity, but
now I do.
Oh, you just didn't know what to expect on the first drink.
We are drinking Truly Extra Hard Seltzer. Oh my gosh. The wind chime and everything. It's now extra because it's 8% alcohol by volume. Contains less than 1% juice. pineapple orange punch with other natural flavors. And now back to the show.
I was actually clearing out some old photos from my phone, and I noticed. Oh, actually, I was doing my monthly. Follow me on Instagram, easy as NDB, if you want one post a month.
Yeah.
And I'll throw some.
I was laughing because Lauren hadn't posted since November of 2021.
That's funny.
I think she still hasn't.
I will repost some stories that are maybe of a pagoda, or maybe a street corner in Tokyo, or possibly a temple,
very full architecture
in Thailand or something. Besides that, you get one post a month, so I'm an easy follow, and about
easy as MTB.
Easy as MTB, and
yeah, you're behind.
I know I'm behind. So I was trying to get my pictures together, and I noticed at Mike's Christmas party that we all go to as a fam, I had one of these Trulies there, and I took a picture of it.
The extra?
Yeah. And
this specific one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did send a pic.
I sent it to you then, but I just forgot about it. I like the flavor of it. I like fruity drinks, and I cannot lie.
Yeah. I wonder if I can do this.
Speaking of imbibing and having drugs,
yeah.
Let's try the other drink that we have tonight.
Wait, which one?
The yellow one.
Okay. We have here, continuing on our taste testing adventures, 2023 limited edition Pepsi meets Peeps crossover.
Okay, you might have seen it. If you're the grocery shopper in your family, you might have seen the Peeps Pepsi out in the grocery stores,
right next to the Fast Twitch Energy.
They are not quite in the convenience stores yet, because I was actually out and I just asked if they had them at the Molinex Shell station that I was driving by. And she goes, you know what? They're in the back. Let me, if they're in the system.
You asked at the gas station?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, I was like, I'm not going to go out again. So I was like, I'll just ask for them.
My phone's been playing music this whole time.
So, yeah. So she got the Peeps from the back, and they were in the system.
Pepsi Peeps.
And so we got Pepsi Peeps, and you'll see it's a yellow label. So why don't you?
And I'll also say it says artificial marshmallow flavored Pepsi. Which
I love marshmallow.
I said, I hope
flavors.
it tastes more like campfire marshmallows, like your Jet Puffed. I believe that's the brand. With the 3 blue, orange, green, maybe?
Rather than what?
Peep marshmallow.
Oh, yeah. Just regular marsh.
Peep marshmallow's not, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
So we're going to crack this.
Anyways, we're talking about drugs. I just wanted to try. This is a waste of money, but I can't remember the last time I just had a pop.
Well, what does a
soda.
pop cost these days? $2.39.
I think that was $1.89.
Wow.
It's not 99 cents. Remember the tops? You would try to see what was under the lid.
Get like a free one.
Yeah, get like a free one. Oh, the smell is already intense.
I'm gonna smell it.
Oh, you know what? I can already, on the rim, I can taste the...
You hear the bubbles?
You know what? I'm going to say I love the marshmallow flavoring. Like a marshmallow jelly bean. I'm into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can really taste that in here, but I don't know if it mixes that well with Pepsi. But it tastes fine.
It tastes fine. I'm not getting a distinct flavor. Like I taste the Pepsi and then I kind of taste the aftertaste marshmallow.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm expecting the marshmallow. Was that Monster?
Yeah.
Was that Monster? That? No. Rain? No.
You got the lid over there? I just talked into the Pepsi instead of the mic.
It's okay. I give it a 4.
It was fine. I got one because I thought the boys could try it. Then I'm like, I thought we could try it.
It tastes and feels like in my mouth like I ate a bag of marshmallows.
I think I was going to say, it made me think of this when we were talking about imbibing.
Yeah.
So for the unaware listener, as most of you are, I've been taking Adderall
they
for
don't
the
know
last...
that they're listening to it?
I've been taking Adderall for the last couple months now. When I first started taking it, it literally felt like a high. Like I felt
you weren't used to it. It's too much.
I felt so like on top of the world, and I could tell it immediately changed everything about my personality, everything for the better. So good, felt great. All 100% good changes. And still even now I don't have any negatives from it. It's just 100%.
No tiny penis or anything like that?
No black penis.
Turned black? That might be frostbite. It's been cold.
Yeah. Oh, that's what that is? Yeah, it's not a black guy's penis. It's definitely not. It's just a blackened.
Smoked.
I did leave it on the grill for an hour. No.
It's funny. Mine's a Jamaican jerk penis.
Mine's a sous vide.
Vacuum sealed sous vide, slow cooked.
Raw. Liver King penis.
Seattle penis with cream cheese.
So I've been taking that. It's all been positive. And so I was feeling high, and immediately I can tell the difference in my sort of like decision making too. That's the thing that's odd is like it. You think like, well, it's kind of weird, the balance between.
You're like, is this the real me or is this the drug?
Yeah, exactly. That gets into it too, because it's like, if you've ever met somebody who has like severe depression or anxiety or something, and they take a large amount of Zoloft or whatever sort of prescription like that.
Yeah.
And you see their behavior change immediately, and their thinking starts to change and everything. And you realize how much of your personality is like chemically dependent. Mm-hmm. And, we were talking about that a while ago. We were talking about like type A people and people who are really driven being like, that's 100% like a chemical sort of
nature versus nurture.
Yeah, something that makes them go. And anyways, so immediately my decision making was like better. I ended up losing 10 pounds like immediately just from like not passing the cabinet and grabbing a snack every time I go by, or staying up and having a bowl of cereal, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. And just the way I treated people better, talked to people in my own head, not the sad, hopeless feelings. And I'm on a pretty small dose of Adderall. Well, it's 15 milligrams. I don't know if that's small. I think it's in the middle. And it was just like night and day. But the first 2 weeks on it, it was just like, but I knew I was going to be up because I was like excited and also happy and hopeful. I was just like glad that it was happening.
Right. Right.
So I knew I was going to come down and my body would normalize a little bit. Mm-hmm. And that did happen. But still felt yeah, totally positive, better, and everything.
Yeah.
But then the last couple weeks, it's not that the Adderall has dropped off or stopped working or anything like that, but well, the way I was talking about it with the psych was like, now that I'm on the Adderall, I can sort of like see like what's my like psychology, what are my bad habits, you know, what was I making out of you know, what was I doing out of a pure like instinctual like physiological function or what?
Medulla oblongata.
And but the last couple weeks I've been enjoying, I'm back to my bad habits, but
now you're doing them even more efficiently.
No. It's like this. I'm enjoying not, or like making the wrong choice without the weight of the world like on my shoulders, you know, and feeling like I want to kill myself.
Like, it won't kill me if I get these Sour Patch peaches from Fred Meyer.
But it's like I'm enjoying them, or it's just like it is more just like playing around with it and being like a couple days ago on
Ash Wednesday.
I want to say it was during the work week. I don't think it was on the weekend. Maybe it was, but I stayed up till like 4 a.m. playing video games.
Yeah.
And that was after like 2 nights of staying up till like 1 and 2 in the morning and getting up at like 6, you know.
There was one time playing Red Dead Redemption 2 where I watched the sun come up.
I know. Well, when Tammy and I were first married, I did play PGA Tour on like a Friday night. I mean, it was just no kids, no whatever.
Yeah.
I was just like bombing drives with Tiger Woods, and you know, until the sun came up.
Yeah.
I was just, and that was fine. But now I have children. I shouldn't be doing things like that. I didn't have a job.
Mine was no kids, recently divorced, broken foot,
crashing the train.
No, I don't crash trains. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption, riding your horse around.
Yeah, still been playing Horizon. What's it called? Forbidden West.
Forbidden West. Have you found?
I just got to Las Vegas.
I was gonna say, have you seen the Golden Gate Bridge?
No, I gotta go.
Spoiler alert!
I gotta go further west for that. I just killed a storm bird or something last night.
Been doing, when I'm out of town for work, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Shout out Julia for Christmas.
Oh yeah, and so yeah, without the freaking Adderall, I've never been able to stick to a game like this. So
since PGA Tour.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah,
but even playing PGA Tour is like, no. PGA Tour is the kind of game I could play because it's just
you're
like
doing the same thing over.
Yeah.
And over.
But this with like stories and quests.
Yeah.
Quests you have to accomplish, and
I have been catching
harder.
myself recently skipping the stories on Assassin's Creed.
Which
is a big part of the game.
I've changed to that. Yeah.
So I don't know.
I like the ones where you can just read fast and then hit square.
Yeah. So that's most of them do that.
Yep. It's talk like this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or in this one, if you do it fast enough, their mouths never move, but the words pop up, and they keep doing things like this, like just like moving, like they're about to talk, or they just heard something really interesting.
Yeah.
But you never hear the audio.
Yeah. So.
But then some of them are like the movie sequence where you have to skip the whole thing.
I know, but it's worth it sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, sometimes that's traditionally been one of the things I don't like playing about, or one of the things I don't like about playing those type of games is like, okay, I have 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And so it's like
first time crunch.
Yeah. It's like just getting into the quest. You got to travel 15 minutes and hear a story. And then
I hate whenever you have to follow an NPC.
And then the first part of the quest, is just like following them. And then now you're 30 minutes in, you got 15 left, and you haven't done anything. And you haven't killed a baddie.
They never even sprint or walk over a wall or anything. They have to follow the path slowly walking.
Yeah, so I've been enjoying all the weight I lost at the beginning, gained back, but it's not like I'm going to continue in those choices because now it's not like, and before is like very like self-punishing, loathing, wallowing. I don't have any of those types of feelings. It's just like, oh yeah, normal people, you know, it feels good to be a little naughty and have a bowl of cereal at 9:30 or whatever.
Yeah.
But before I would do it, I would have a bowl of cereal at 9:30. I'd have a bowl of cereal at 9:45. When the first bowl of cereal is done, I'd have another bowl. I'd switch cereals and have another one right after, and then you're in the spiral down.
This is what I made a conscious decision, which I've been upholding, to not buy cereal anymore because this happened a couple months ago. I bought the large family size box of cereal.
Yeah.
Special K red berries.
You don't even have a family.
Exactly. Special K red berries.
Oh, that's a good one.
With the freeze-dried
strawberries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I literally sit down with the box, a bowl, a spoon, and a gallon of milk. All out on the counter. And I just start keeping the ratio going of milk to cereal. Sometimes pour milk, sometimes pour cereal, and just keep going. And then I get full. And then the next day, I do the same thing, and I finish the box.
So good.
So it was one day, it was one family-sized box, which was probably just the normal-sized box. And then the second day, the rest of it.
Yeah. Oh,
so I was like, I can't do this anymore. Because I cannot stop with the cereal.
Oh, I pour extra milk so that when I get done, I'm like, oh, I gotta use the rest of this milk.
Yeah, but then I pour, I fold the cereal back up
and pour just as much. Then I'm like, oh, this is actually not enough milk. So then you pour.
Yep. So I said you just got to keep the ratio going, and the milk just gets better and better and better with the strawberry dust and stuff in it.
I know. So I'm gonna try out all my bad habits. I'm gonna retread on all my old sins and see how they feel.
So like stress eating lately.
Have you?
For the last 3 months, like pre-wedding, I started, and I've just been buying candy.
Wait, let's save that for next time.
Okay. Yes. Coming to you next week. Stress eating.
Let's talk about stress next time.
Wait, are we out of time?
No.
Just want to talk about something else. Stress eating.
No, I want to talk about that longer.
Okay. I can give an update.
Not eating, but yeah.
You want an update?
On what?
Church.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. I went to the other church at the end of the road.
Yeah. Not the one.
Don't dox me, but at the end of the road.
Yeah.
Life Center, Rainier beer.
Am I supposed to beep that out?
No. But it's just near my house.
Yeah.
If you live near Life Center, Rainier campus, hit me up. We're probably neighbors.
You're in the vicinity.
Yeah.
If you're playing Horizon Forbidden West, there's a little yellow marker in the middle, and then kind of a yellow shade around where Will lives somewhere in the yellow shade around the quest marker.
Exactly. You're close.
You're close. Got to look around.
If you see the Washington State horse rider camp, you've gone too far. But so I went there, and so yeah, it's an offshoot of Life Center Tacoma, the large one that I believe does the singing Christmas tree. Is that them?
Do they do that?
I think so. Anyway, so it was good. They have visitor parking right in the front.
Oh, visitor parking.
Which was completely open. We went to the early service.
Visitors.
9 a.m.
I'm all about the early service.
Me too.
I will forever, even with children, go to the early service.
Yeah, you have the rest of your day to do whatever you bad habits you want. And so, I parked in the middle of like the row of visitor parking, like spot 4 out of 8.
Well, we have handicap parking, so
that was on the other side. And so yeah, we go in. Greeters at the door.
Parking.
Greeters at the door, one on each side. And then
handy-capable.
They say hi, blah blah blah.
They come out to your car? No, just by the door.
At the door. And then they're like, did they say it then? They might have said then. Is it your first time? I said, yeah. They're like, we're glad you're here. And then short, which I liked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Then we go in, secondary greeter.
We got a first timer. We got a first timer.
Everyone's scrambling.
Run the team.
Secondary greeter, old lady. Nice old lady. Single. Not she's not single, but just one person at the next set of doors. And so she says hi. And we go in, showed up right on time because we had to go to Starbucks first.
Natch.
The song already started.
Not
so maybe we were like a couple minutes late. But it was the first song, I'm guessing. It was like 9:03 or whatever.
Because it's the upbeat one.
Yeah. And it was my friend Nick Sandy, shout out, playing the guitar and singing.
Nick Sandy?
Yeah. I guess he's my friend.
That's a cool name.
A good acquaintance. Nick Sandy, Korean.
Oh, what?
I think he's adopted.
Oh.
Yeah. His son looks exactly like the kid from the movie Up.
Oh, that's
like
funny.
Exactly.
That's hilarious.
And yeah, he was rocking it on the guitar.
Nick Sandy.
Paul Reed Smith. But then I don't know if it was the morning service or what, but they were slim on the band, no bass player, but there was like a spot for it. And there was another guitar player and drums and another singer, and then there was a keyboard there, but no one playing it.
There was a guitar player, and they didn't hand him a bass?
That's what I was thinking. But he was hitting all the like crazy chords, up on the neck. And then Nick Sandy was doing all your basic chords.
Well, up on the neck guy, then he'd be way familiar enough to hit some low notes on the bass.
Yeah, slap at the bass.
And if he's able to go up high on the neck, he should know that having a bass in the band would 100% sound better.
I've said multiple times how I don't want to get back into playing for church. It made me want to because I was like, give me a bass. Give me a bass and the music with the notes on.
I sometimes think that. I was like, if I just had a little 10-key keyboard back here, I could just do some bass lines on the...
Yeah. I wouldn't even do any sort of lines. I would just do the chord. Just womp,
yeah, exactly.
Womp, womp. Whatever the root note was.
Yeah, you could do some roots.
But then I got nervous and I thought, what if they do numerical chords?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know enough about that.
I think they might do that because freaking Riley Mihai, he plays at the Big Life Center.
Oh, yeah. I've seen some posts with him and Nick Sandy because Nick used to play there.
And they switched to the 1 to 8.
Yeah. Which does not translate on drums.
Yeah. Yeah, you're out of that.
They're like, hit the 4. Same symbol. And so, yeah. It was good. The music was good. There was a song I knew, which was fun. And, yeah, music was good. And...
So you really raised your hands and belted it out?
Yeah, just for that one song. The rest of the time, hands in pockets, mumbling.
I do catch myself just watching the instruments sometimes and just
That's all I do. I know. Remember my worship experience for 10 plus years was playing.
That's what I say to Tammy on some Sundays. It's just I know so much about the music and I know so much about putting a sermon together. It's I'm just thinking about I'm just critiquing the thing the whole time, but not in a judgmental way. It's just
and not even that. Even if I am like in singing or whatever, like worshiping in the moment, it's not coming out via belting it out, hands up, anything.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know,
That's
just
not your vibe. That's not your vibe.
Not my vibe. Not my forte. Whatever. I don't know. So
that's not my Will Forte.
Yeah, and so music was good. Some sort of associate pastor came up, older guy, which I was a fan of. Like, there was a lot of old people, which I liked.
Oh, that's cool. Did they have dual announcements?
Did not have dual announcements,
wow.
Which was nice. And then they had a lady come up with...
You hear that, Matt?
They had a lady come up...
I don't even know if they still do that.
And share a little testimony. Her house burned down.
I thought she was going to get it.
She
met a guy at a gas station.
You're never going to believe this.
I've been thinking about that so much. It's so funny.
No, her house burned down, and the church helped her out a lot, and they've done a lot to help her. And instead of like saying thank you to everyone like individually, and like she said she wanted to write cards to everyone. She's like, I just don't have the time or anything for it, because they're like still dealing with everything from the house burning down, that she wanted to come up there, say thank you to everybody, and kind of say like, she apparently, so that was the secondary greeter lady, and apparently she's been at that building through like 4 churches that have been there, and she's like, the joke is that like she comes with the building.
That's funny.
So she's like the resident like family lady. She knows everyone. She's like, if someone doesn't know her, it's like a shock, you know?
Yeah.
And so she was like, just thanking everyone in like the church family. And I really like that, because I think that's a big part of what the church is important, is that community.
Yeah.
So I liked that. And then, no scams or anything. That was good. They didn't ask for money for her or anything like that. And they just went in. The only weird thing was we were sitting on the end of the row, and they did like a bucket passing thing, but it was more just like, it's, if you want the bucket, it's available.
Yeah.
They didn't actually like pass it down each row.
Yeah.
But when she came to our row, she like went like this, but it just happened to be like right in our face, because we were on the end of the row.
Yeah.
So when she like reached out to see like, does anyone need the bucket?
Yeah.
It was like right here.
Yeah.
Like, put your money in. But I knew that she wasn't doing that. And because she did it on every row. But that was funny. And then the pastor was filling in at the main life center. So we had
B team.
I believe it was, they have a Spanish service, and I believe it was one of the Spanish pastors.
So you had to listen to the whole thing in Spanish?
Yeah.
Dang.
They had a translator. No, just kidding. He spoke English.
Oh, you know what? This is interesting.
What?
Because if you speak Spanish, you would have, and you probably go to like some events where, you know, if there's an interpreter or something, it would be just as normal for
the other way around.
The other way around.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
And so he was really good. I liked him. He grew up in Roy on a farm. And anyway, he was really good. The preaching was good. There was lots of actual Bible references, and they're talking about the Lamb Gate in Jerusalem, about all the different gates of the city.
Oh, we're talking about the Good Shepherd.
How Jesus referenced himself as being the gate. I can't remember the verse right now, but like pretty much, he is the way. Gate. Yeah. I am the gate, along the lines of I am the way, the truth, and the life.
Wait, I am the gate was in my sermon from Sunday.
Oh, maybe it all came from the same archbishop. Diocese.
Yes, they all downloaded the same PDF in the morning. That one's
for you, Jonathan.
Oh, yeah, they all do that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They get it like passed down. Like, this is what we're teaching.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So the preaching was good. Everything was good. And this is where I thought of you, because you're talking about how you've gone to all these churches and no one's talked to you.
Yeah.
At the end of the service, which Lauren likes to book it out of at the end. And I do too. Especially if I don't know anybody there.
Yeah.
And like, because I would have said hi to Nick, but he was doing like the closeout song,
Yeah.
at the end. And the guy, the greeter from the door, the first contact guy, comes running up.
That is good, though.
He comes running up, and he's like, "Hey, you guys! So this was your first time here?" Kind of asked like, "You from around here?" And we're like, "Oh yeah, we just moved close by." Blah blah. And he's like, "Well, my name's Larry. I just wanted to say hi. That we're glad you're here." Blah blah blah. So that was nice. It was perfect. It wasn't too much.
Perfect.
Because one time we went to church at the beginning of COVID, and I think we talked about this. We got swarmed by everybody.
Oh yeah.
Everyone and their mom came up to us and was asking us a billion questions.
Well, that was with what's his butt?
Yeah, Bowles.
Yeah, Michael Bowles. That's funny.
That church was funny. I mean, that church was good. It's so small though, and so I think that's why
what's
everyone.
What's the size of this one? That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, this was smaller. It probably can hold 200 plus. It kind of has.
How many people compared to how many people at your wedding?
An extra 30 to 50.
Yeah.
That were actually there for the morning service.
Right.
And that was like 70% over the age of 50.
I like being with them more. It's
Yeah.
just a more chill vibe.
One funny thing is, so Lauren grew up Catholic, and there were some guys there that was like, "Amen," or whatever,
Yeah.
Some sort of callbacks or whatever, shout outs. And she's like, "That seems," what she said, what was the word she used? Like disrespectful or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Nah, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Act cool.
You need to show her some videos of the other
Church of God in Christ."
Yeah. And so then
which I'm sure
like,
she's seen in movies or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where it's like, if you've never experienced it,
Right.
you're like, what's going on?
Right.
Oh, they did a for the burnt down house lady. Everybody put your hand out and say a prayer. I was wondering how that was going to go down. She did it.
She does it wrong.
The wrong angle.
Wait, did I send you that
Yeah.
one too? Yeah, that's funny.
It's like petting your dog, petting your kid.
It's like, what is the acceptable angle to raise your hand?
Yeah.
And it was like green, green, green. And then it like gets above the shoulder, red, 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 red.
Until it's all the way up.
Until it's straight up again. So, anyways. Well, that was good. What a good experience.
Yeah, overall, we're going to go back, but did not go back this last week because I forget work or something.
Well, yeah, between your work and dog shows and whatever, it's just going to be
How much time do we have?
0.
Okay.
We'll save it for next time because I was going to say that was a good experience.
Yeah.
This was a good experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I do
Amen.
want to apologize for the experience that happened last week, which was there was no episode because
The audio got
effed.
So we didn't check it after that's what happened?
We tweaked it in the middle.
And we didn't do the little test thing.
Exactly. We shouldn't have, we just didn't record for a long time and then just, we're just playing with bad habits.
No, we need to take a picture of it.
That's fine.
Even the morning one, the first one, morning service, the one that I did listen
The morning
to.
episode.
And you can cut this. It gets a little like gainy.
I know.
I don't know what it is.
I think it really is the microphones, I think.
What?
Not that they're bad. They just don't have the...
Behringer?
They just don't have the same consistency that
Do we need these ones?
Yeah.
You know the ones that are on all the pods.
Those are expensive, but
The
Shure is the ones that everybody uses.
those ones.
Yeah.
These ones. But Tuesdays with Stories uses these. Same with
I know, but it's not the shape of it. It just depends what the components are. These aren't the most basic ones. I knew those
maybe
would be even worse.
we need to go into the audio recorder thing. Zoom.
I think we're good.
I was just commenting.
But
that
maybe
it was
I need
a little. I don't feel like it's always like that. I don't know.
I need to. What I really need to start doing is doing it on my other laptop, so I can start. I think just the processing would be better.
Can't transfer it to the other laptop?
Yeah, I can. I just don't.
Okay. Okay. Cut all that.
Just don't.
Cut all that and bring it back to thanks for listening to the Bad Brothers Podcast. Port Orchard's finest podcast.
Oh, man. We're not in Port Orchard anymore.
And spreading into all of Western Washington and the Puget Sound area.
.com.
Thanks for listening. Ring that bell so you get notified when there's not a new episode.